Your fears can turn you into an assassin. Yes, your fears can turn you into a murderer. Okay? Listen, in Genesis 4, the Bible tells us that. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the Lord. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. So the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry, and why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it. Now Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him. Do you hear that? He talked to his brother. He talked to his brother. And the reason why I want to stress that part a little bit over the fact that the Lord did not respect Cain's offering, which the Bible didn't tell us he didn't like it, he just didn't respect it because where Abel gave of his first fruit, where Abel gave of the best of his flock, where Abel gave the Lord his best because he is best, Cain gave him what he thought was good enough because God is going to take what I'm giving him because it is mine. Okay? And he did that because sin was at the door. Sin corrupted his mind and his heart so much so he didn't give God his best. But Abel did. And what surprises me is that Cain went and he spoke with his brother. Here is where the relationship was ruined because of fear. Instead of asking Abel, why did you give him this? Instead of seeking advice from Abel and doing better the next time, Cain made fear come in and say, look, God didn't respect your offering. God will not respect your offering in the future. You are not good enough. You are less than to your brother. You are nothing. And your offerings will never be anything, and you will never be anything. And because of fear, he became jealous and he started to look at his brother in a different way and he ended his brother's life. Fear caused that, not just jealousy. The jealousy came from fear. And likewise, in our lives, our fears will cause us to assassinate those whom we love and our relationships that we have with them. Think about it. In your friendship groups, your fear might tell you you are not doing good enough as Sally or John, and because you're not doing as good as or as well as Sally or as John, that means you are no longer good enough. You're not on par with them. You may not be compatible anymore, and Sally or John is going to choose somebody else to be friends with because they are now progressing. You know what your fear is going to cause you to do? Instead of asking them for advice and asking so that you may be able to elevate with them, your fear will tell you, put some sneaky captions up, drop some sneaky remarks here and there. In fact, check on them to see how they're doing, just to make sure they're not going too far away from you and they're not going too further up away from you. Fear will tell you that man is way too happy at home. Your husband is way too happy. You need to be his problem and not his peace. You know why? Because he's so happy at home, he's going to want to go out there and share his happiness with other people. And you cannot have that. So no, no, no. Don't be his peace. Be his problem. Your fear will tell you your wife is so beautiful and she's so encouraging and people gravitate to her. But no, you need to shut that down and let her know she can't speak without your permission, because you are going to lose her. Fear will tell you that your children, they have the ability to become the next smartest scientist, the next brightest teacher, the next world leader. But because you are afraid of them going out and flourishing, fear is going to tell you to shelter their dreams and to keep them cuddled up because you don't want them to leave poor old mommy or poor old daddy. Fear will tell you, oh, don't pay for the extra lesson because they are going to go out there. They're going to be exposed to some things that you don't want, knowing good and well that they are going to be the light of the world next in whatever field that they go into. But fear will cause you to assassinate their dreams and end up assassinating the relationship that you have with them, simply because they are going to grow to realize that you have caused their dreams to not progress to how far it could have, and they're going to grow to resent you. Fear will cause you to resent your parents because they're not allowing you to do all the bad things that your friends are doing, because it all looks so good and you want to do it. But fear will tell you that it's not because they're protecting you, but it's simply because they don't like you why they're doing this to you, and end up harming your relationship. Fear will cause you to fall out of your relationship with God. Oh, and that's the one you don't want to mess with. But fear will creep in and tell you, oh, you messed up today. Oh, you lied today. Oh, you sinned today. Oh, you fornicated today. Oh, you did this and that today. You're not good enough to worship God, the holy God. Fear will tell you, you are unrighteous, you're unholy, you are filth. What are you doing? Fear will cause you to be afraid to go back into God's presence and ask for forgiveness. Fear will tell you, not this time, honey. You done it too many times. He is tired of you. Fear will cause you to shy away and to pull further. See, fear will cause you to be like Cain, where instead of seeking the good and seeking the good from God for yourself and for others, it will cause you to murder the relationships in your life and end up being sent out and separated from the goodness of the Lord. Because that's what happened to Cain, all because of fear. Fear because he realized he had messed up and he thought, God didn't respect my offering. He won't respect my offering. He'll always love my brother more than me, even though he never told me that. But simply because he respected his offering, all of a sudden, all the bad things are now being applied to me. And because of my fear and thinking I will never be good enough, I'm going to have to remove the one who seems good enough from him. And in so doing, further separating myself from him. Fear is an assassin, and it will teach you how to be its accomplice. Don't let fear get you tangled into committing murderous crimes. Let fear go and let God flow. That's good. Let fear go and let God flow, and be blessed.